Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, what a very interesting morning as the market for the US dollar takes a heavy tumble across the board, should I say, for all the currencies, and now pushes the Australian dollar back towards the top side region of 77 cents. In light of the current pattern here, I do expect to see supply to return anywhere from 76.95 to 77.40, with the potential of a further turnaround to the downside and look towards the immediate target of 76.75. We do have the RBA bulletin out today, and also we have the unemployment rate. Now, this could put further emphasis towards the downside and see a tumble, with the initial target now holding towards 75.95 to 76.10 and reassess from there. Well, the euro pushes very firmly towards the top side as the dollar weakens and now retests this level around 107 figure 35. With the high being at the moment around 35, the market is struggling here. However, we should not discount further tests towards the upside and see how the next 24 hours plays out. If we do see further coverage, then we could see a move up towards the resistance of 108.2050, which is highlighted here around these recent highs, and then expect to see a market turn away from there and then look back towards the downside. Dollar yen still very disappointing as it breaks the next two downside levels of 114.20 to 113.40. Now, that level hasn't completely broken at 113.40, as the market did just touch there before recovering slightly. In the next 24 hours, let's see how it plays out. And if we do get a further down move, then we could be looking at a target of 112.55.70. And if we look at the 4 hours, we could actually be looking towards the recent lows around this 111.60.70 level, which, as you can see here, was very bullish in early February and also bullish in late February. So see how the market plays out this bull bear noise, and if we do get a recovery above 114.20, this could give further scope up towards 114.80.90. Well, it would seem that the pound has totally ignored the risks of the Brexit exit and instead took forces with the other markets and rallies against a weaker US dollar. Now, challenging this resistance coming in at 123.20, I expect to see further supply to return from there and eventually see a market move down towards the initial support that's seen at 122.25 and lower towards 121.55 to 120.60. However, if we see the market break above 123.20, you can see here on the weeklies that we do have a short-term trend, and as I can draw that in for you. This short-term trend comes in roughly around 124.50.80 area or more 50. Now, as long as we see any advances beyond 123.20, then this could be challenged, but I do expect to see eventual weakness to return and the pound to take on further challenges to the downside. Now, we do have the Bank of England's rate decision tonight, so do keep an eye on that. Well, it would seem that gold explodes to the upside after finding the market support at 11.97, rallies to a high of 12.22 this morning. In light of the current pattern, I expect to see weakness returning and a cap holding at 12.24 and look towards the initial support holding at 12.15 and then down towards 12.0709 and reassess from there. If, however, we get a break above 24, then this will give further squeeze to the upside and bring in a target around 12.30 to 38. And to wrap up with oil, well, the market's trying to find some momentum at the moment as it rebounds off that 47.75 handle. At the moment, I expect to see 50 to 50, 40, 60 resistance come in to play if they see any more challenges, and then look from a rejection from there and see a decline towards that $45 a barrel and reassess from there. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me today, and look out for the intraday report that will be released shortly.